Hi, I'm Carl Azuz for CNN 10, delivering your down-the-middle explanation of current events. We've reported on how Republicans in the U.S. Congress have repeatedly tried to repeal and replace Obamacare, also known as the Affordable Care Act. It's a controversial health reform law that was passed by a Democratic-controlled Congress and signed by then-President Barack Obama in 2010. And though Republicans have been united in their opposition to it, those in the Senate have not been united on various plans to repeal it. They've fallen short several times of the votes they've needed to do that. Yesterday, President Donald Trump took some steps on his own to weaken the law. He signed an executive order. One thing it does is direct the government to find ways for small businesses and possibly individual Americans to more easily team up and get health insurance in different states than the one they live in. Why does that matter? Because they may be able to find cheaper health plans this way and save on the costs of health insurance. President Trump says the order would cost the federal government virtually nothing and bring more affordable health insurance to millions of people. Critics say the downside is that the lower costs could also mean fewer benefits like less maternity care and prescription drug coverage. And they're concerned that the people who stayed with Obamacare could see their prices rise. Experts don't know yet how many people will be affected by this executive order. These orders in general aren't as far-reaching as laws passed by Congress. The White House says the changes could take 6 months or more to have an effect. 10-second trivia. Which currency is worth the most in U.S. dollars? 1 British pound, 1 euro, 1 yen, or 1 Bitcoin? In terms of cost per unit, none of these currencies comes close to the dollar value of a single Bitcoin.
Using your credit card to buy stuff, that is so 20th century. Let me tell you what's in right now, okay? What's in right now is digital currency. So for example, Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin completely lives online. It's sort of what makes it cool, but also what makes it potentially dangerous. Okay, so digital currency can be sent or received without involving any financial institution or government agency whatsoever. Okay, so this is basically an online financial network that's completely open. There's no Visa, no PayPal, no regulators, right? So it lives online, trades online, and hides online. So you're probably asking, okay, well, what about those golden Bitcoins we've all seen? So think of those like a gift card, okay? So it's not actual money, it's just a sort of representation of money, only redeemable where Bitcoins are accepted. But Bitcoin has actually already run into some serious problems. So for example, one of the biggest exchanges out there, Mt. Gox, has already been shut down and is bankrupt. So $1.75 million worth of Bitcoin has literally just apparently disappeared. But on top of that, the value of Bitcoin is constantly changing. So one day you might buy a Bitcoin for, let's say, $500. The next day the value could be half of that. So trust me when I tell you that this is very risky. But what's clear is digital currency is the way of the future, but it's not entirely certain if it's Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's on the upswing at the moment, though. A year ago, 1 unit would have cost you a little under $650. Yesterday, that value had surged to more than $5,200 for 1 Bitcoin. It set a record. Even financial analysts have had a hard time explaining Bitcoin's rises and falls. But they think a couple things may be factoring in here. One, it's possible that countries and companies that don't currently trade in Bitcoin will start doing it. And two, a cheaper form of the currency was created earlier this year, and that might have made investors more confident in it. Some analysts don't expect Bitcoin to stay this valuable, though. The head of JP Morgan, an investment company, has called it a fraud. And experts believe that governments will be hesitant to allow large payments to be made anonymously with Bitcoin because it'd be harder to stop crimes and collect taxes. An estimated 1.7 million Americans are living without one or more of their limbs. Vascular diseases, many linked to diabetes, and trauma like car accidents are two of the major causes of amputations in America. Mona Patel believes that more than 1,100 amputees have attended a meeting of her San Antonio Amputee Foundation, and she's a CNN hero.
I lost my leg in a work-related accident.
2 years ago, I had sepsis.
I was in a motorcycle accident, caught a staph infection, and MRSA came in.
Once we lose a part of our body, there are just so many questions. Will I ever be able to work again? How will I take care of my children?
I've only been an amputee since December, It's strange to learn how to walk again. It's a new world.
The power of peer support. It's tremendously invaluable, and that's what we do for each other here. I think the big catalyst of me doing what I do is because I lived it. Age 17, I was struck by a drunk driver. I flew up about 12 feet, and then he pinned me between his car and a metal railing.
Yes.
It feels a little tall.
A little tall?
I vowed that once I got back on my feet, I would start a support group.
I hit a really rough patch after, and went through a lot of self-doubt. And
Anywhere from 30 to 60 amputees get together once a month and share stories of strength and resilience.
It's hard to do anything, but I love being here. It's wonderful.
You're a fighter.
Yeah, can't stop.
That's right. Doctors, case managers call me to provide individual support. You can get through it. Here you are, you're smiling, you're comfortable, and you're very hopeful, right? We will provide prosthetic limbs to those that have no access to any other options and resources. So they put these two in right here. We'll do basic home modifications, car modifications.
Look, Mom, no legs. All right, ready? Begin.
And I really try to promote healthy lifestyles, staying physically fit. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Late 2015, there was a group of 9 amputees that summited Mount Kilimanjaro.
My shoulders are burning so bad, y'all gonna have to roll me back down the hill.
We show others that we physically climb this mountain, and you too can climb any mountain in your life. We're going to see you running in a matter of a couple months. And then you're going to lead boot camp with Daryl over there. Part of my job is to remind people that we are so much more than just a body part.
I know what I am, and I know what I can do. You gonna let the leg do you, or you gonna do the leg?
We can either lay down and let our circumstance overtake us, or we can stand up and take charge. She is walking. We are stronger than any circumstance that comes our way. Truly.
Surveillance cameras caught all the details of a recent break-in in Colorado. The venue, a pizzeria. The crimes, breaking and entering through a drive-through window, property damage in the kitchen, and theft of dough and salami. The suspects, a mother bear and her 2 cubs, got away, and the store opened the next day after cleaning up. But if they try this stunt again, the cameras will still be there, though the owner says the food will be locked up. After all, the perpetrators didn't pay Ursine for it. Thankfully, they didn't cause any Ursa major damage, but if they're repeat customers, we'd expect them to order the Neapolitan or the pizza marked Barita with extra Bearfala and pepperoni. Why bake up puns like this? Because Fridays are awesome, and we hope your weekend is too.